light workers. Attention, root workers. Attention, conjure doctors. Attention, nature-based faith practitioners. Attention, spiritualists. Attention, diviners. Attention, prophets. Attention, the spiritually eclectic. Attention for those seeking the road less traveled. This is time-sensitive cosmic information, so you might want to catch this. This is time-sensitive cosmic information that you can use in your prayers, manifestations, and other spirit works. Beam up now via this video or the audio link in this video's description box to get this on the fly esoteric wisdom. Beaming up now. Ashe emojibatu Olodumare Bobo Egungun Ara Orun Bobo Orisha, for another day to bask in the goodness of Onile's sacred earth. Every day given is very special, and here are a few details, cosmic details, pertaining to how. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your early rising or your evening settling mystic forecast. Ekule. That's good evening in the Yoruba tongue. And first I'm going to give thanks to your Ori and your ancestors and spirit guides for leading you here tonight. It's 9 minutes past your 9 o'clock hour on your 9 Oya ruling. Mercury ruled, Uranus ruled, Oya venerated Wednesday night, and it's time for your nightly mystic forecast. And as always, I am iiiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo on 10.26.2023 The Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. That was music from Sade's Jezebel, for those of you that are listening over the airwaves. And I can't help but wonder, the longer I listen to that song, was the woman Sade was speaking of really a Jezebel? Or was she simply a survivor? Ibasheo Joriru, that's the day of confusion in the Yoruba tongue, but confusion comes to help us sort ourselves out, so it's really not a bad thing. And confusion is afoot with Mercury ruling Wednesday, and we all know Mercury is just a spin-off avatar of the Orisha Eshu, and he stirs things up and gets things tricky when we have lessons to learn about ourselves. Ashe, Ashe. So I am broadcasting from 7 different portals: my Twitter, my YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe so that you can be updated on not only what's going on your nightly mystic forecast, but on other visual aspects of 222.9, the Mothership Internet Radio, and a sneak peek into my exclusive orbit. Ashe. I'm also broadcasting from 3 Facebook pages: my iiiYansaje Muse Facebook page, the 222.9 The Mothership Facebook page, and my Thursdaily only spot, the Scarlet Serene, iiiYansaje to Sango, complete with the matching Instagram 2229 Thursdays, and of course, cruising the airwaves of the Mothership. And I'll be adding these forecasts to my exclusive orbit as well. So make sure you're using that pin site link and take advantage of everything I put in that lovely Sango care package and this video's description box. But before we get to Thursday, let's recap Wednesday's energy real quick and fast. So those of you that are listening at 6 a.m., just allow this Wednesdayly energy to soak in as you take advantage of Thursday's early rise. Ibashe Sango. So speaking of Sango, Sango and Oya are getting it in on the climax day on this Wednesday, October 28th, the day vibrated on a 6, and it's the 5th Wednesday of autumn equinox and the 1st Wednesday of Scorpio season. And the moon tonight is waxing in the house of Pisces. So you got about 2 hours and some change to Make the most of that energy. With the moon waxing in Pisces, as we head towards the full hunter's moon this weekend, you really want to take a look at a lot of those last resolutions. Because they like to say that Pisces is the totality of the other 11 houses. It's the water that cleanses all the debris from the other 11 houses and gives birth to a new start in Aries. So, you really want to pay attention to that energy when you work with tonight's waxing moon. If you are a Scorpio and it's Scorpio season and you were born in the third decan of Pisces, then this is really a powerful moon for you because we're in Scorpio season. That's the sub-ruler, and the moon is waxing in Pisces tonight. Pisces is a water sign, and the moon rules the tides. So you really want to take advantage of that energy and allow yourself to do what you need to do to higher align. If you want to know more about spiritual elitism and ways that you can spiritually align and take care of yourself, then by all means, join the email list and use the Pinsite link in the description box, and I'm about to post it in the comments section so that you can know a whole lot more about what's going on behind these mystic curtains. Day 3 of the week, Wednesday, as we wind it down. Keep in mind that this is the day that the Most High created astrology, created the solar system, and said, let these be for signs, warnings, and prophecies. So don't let those ignorant religious Bible thumpers tell you that things that God created for us to use to align are a sin or evil or demonic or any of those things. Because when we release religious dogma, we live in spirit. And when we live in spirit, we can freely judge a tree simply by the fruit it bears. Ashe, ashe. And if you've been kicking it with us here on the Mothership today, 222.9 jamming out, you have been jamming to the exotic mothers of song, because Wednesdays are divine feminine days on the Mothership, and veneration to my Orisha Mama, Ibashe Oya, Iami. And yes, she stirs things up and stirs them up good, honey. But just remember something about Oya. She can bring you changes in the form of a cool breeze if you can heed a warning. If you hard-headed, she gonna land a tornado. And if she does land a tornado, know that she doesn't level anything out of your life that she's not simply clearing the space for you to build something better. Something else you need to know about Oya energy. A week from today will be the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, and it's a very, 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 very strong Oya energy coming on next Wednesday. And that's the Day of the Dead, and the day does vibrate on a 1. A new beginning on the ending. 111. So do something with that energy, because the Day of the Dead comes on Oya's ruling day, Wednesday, and it brings about a new beginning. So don't let the hooky spookyism of autumn equinox and Halloween and Day of the Dead and all the things that, mainstream society pushes about these holidays fool you. Autumn equinox is a time of venerating your ancestors, and allow yourself to do that without the fear of them, and let the wisdom of their lives teach you. Let the company of them comfort you. Allow them to guide you in ways that they couldn't go while they were here. Join us tomorrow on the Mothership for the Divine Masculine Funky Fire Starter Fathers, brought to you by the Orisha, Sango, and all of your favorite old school Divine Masculine hits. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your nightly Mystic Forecast, or your 6 a.m. Mystic Forecast on 222.9 The Mothership, Internet radio for the road less traveled. Ashe. Thursday's Reds Jupiter expansion. Eat cheese. Sensual voices of the fathers. Sacral chakra healing. Ibashe Sango, Ibashe Dada, Ibashe Aganju. Welcome to Thursdays on the Mothership. 222.9 Beam Up. And we are back. So in case you're just now joining us, I'm iiiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you your 9 p.m. or your 6 a.m. Mystic forecast. So we just recapped Wednesday. So those of you that are listening at the 9 o'clock hour, you still got 2 hours and some change to make the most of that energy. And those of you that are listening at 6 a.m., here's what's going on this particular Thursday. And I called it the Orunmilla and Sango remind us of the switch, 10.26.2023. The day vibrates on a 7, coming down from a 16. Now, in many Orisha traditions, Thursday is the day that rules, venerates the Orisha Sango. Ibashe Ojobo, or the day of expansion. And expansion is right in the middle pocket with the planet Jupiter. And that's the planet that rules the day. The 16 is the number sacred to Orunmilla, as in the 16 major Odus that add up to a 7. So, this Thursday, look forward to some divine completions on higher levels. Take a closer look at your destiny and find out what needs to contract in order for other things to expand. Because, see, life is about give and take, force and reception, balance and imbalance. And we have to free ourselves of imbalances in order to make room for balances. And sometimes all that requires is a switch. Now, what does that have to do with Orunmilla and Sango? Well, as the Patakis go, originally Sango was the Orisha of divination, and Orunmilla was the Orisha of the drum and of dance. But along the line, somehow, some way, they found themselves dissatisfied with their spiritual gifts, so they switched them. And that's what makes Orunmilla the Orisha of destiny and Sango over the drum and the dance. And both have their own divine purposes for serving divinity, and both gentlemen ended up happy. So, with this energy coming about on Thursday, allow yourself to switch things out, to move things around, adjust in a way that aligns with the changes that you're going through from within. Because Sango, very much like Oya, loves changes. Oya just does it with the wind. Sango does it with the fire. But either way, both Orishas bring about transformation. Okay? So it will be the 6th, so that's another powerful Sango number on a Sango day. Thursday of autumn equinox and the first Thursday of Scorpio season. So you have deep waters, and you also have a moon waxing in the first house of Aries. So there's another double dose of divine masculine essence, because Aries, of course, is Mars energy. That's energy, courage, initiative, sex drive, and of course, male energy. So, with the emotions moving in a Mars type of way, allow yourself to increase your passions behind what drives you forward in life. And that's what the moon here on Thursday, 10/26, is here to help you do. We are cruising in the first house, the first decan, of Zodiac House 8. Scorpio season, and in the Kemetic way of the stars, we are in the season of Isis until the 29th. And if you're born between the 23rd and the 1st, then you are 100% Scorpio, no cut on your dough, 100% Mars and Pluto energy. So, Scorpio season comes about to teach us how to take the depths of our fixed waters and bring them to the surface so that they can become a part of our natural flow. Because sometimes we get into the routines of our lives and we never go deep within ourselves. In fact, we purposely do things to distract ourselves from doing so. The Scorpio season will not make that easy. So go ahead on and put on your spiritual scuba diving gear and go deep. Get that offering to Yamajata Olokum and go deep into those memories. Go deep into those emotional places. Go deep into those stagnant waters of yourself and make those murky waters clear. And I guarantee you, blessings of even just a better understanding of yourself await on the other end of that spiritual self-work. In the 12 figures of African spirituality, we are in the season of the distance. And it's right in the pocket with that water energy. And we're in this season until November 3rd. And like Scorpio season, the distance is a water sign. You love sound. So go ahead on and beam up to the mothership and get all that sound stuff, especially with the old school music. The strongest organ is the heart, and the luckiest day is Friday. So we have other zodiac systems to explore here on the mothership. I just use the Western one because it's the one everyone can relate to. But if you want to learn more about the originals, when I mean about the originals, it's the original zodiac seasons. And by all means, join me on the Mothership's exclusive orbit. The link is in the pin site, and I'll just set you free to do your own exploring. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your nightly mystic forecast. When I come back, let's see, we'll discuss a little bit more about the quasars before we get to your nightly I Ching read. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. Beam up. All this spiritual stuff, you need somebody to just make it plain. Are you trying to divinely align? Are you a starseed? Are you too busy building the kingdom, building the queendom to come for all the madness going on in the world today? Methods of emotional healing? Are you taking your first steps down your spiritual path? Want a more practical understanding of the Orisha? Do animals seem to communicate with you? Do you need to sort out some things about love? Do you see numbers? Spiritual science? Need somebody to just make it plain? Does your love for esoteric wisdom coin you a student of life? Do you like wisdom in poetic bars? Are you ready to debunk the spookism behind ancestor veneration? Want to learn how to make medicine? Want to learn about different tools of divination? Tantric spiritual sex secrets? Ways to utilize each and every moon? Do you walk the road less traveled? Are you considered strange by society? Are you discovering your spiritual gifts? Do you want to taste the power of words through incantation? Do you want to get into some unorthodox Bible teachings? Do you dream often? Do you long to explore the secrets of the earth's endless mysteries? Do you study the stars? Do you need tips on building good character? Do you want to know more about how to interpret dreams? Do you love some good literature? Need somebody to just make it plain? Then indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. And indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. And indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. The art of spirituality in iiIyansaje Muse's Orbit. iiIyansaje Muse's Orbit is a monthly subscription service that features free and exclusive content dedicated to your versatile, well-rounded, deeper understanding of spirituality. It comes from all angles, teaches all kinds of lessons, and it cooks like a gumbo, a whole bunch of different spiritual ingredients and one spiritually flavorful soup. And let that soup feed your soul and enhance your highest spiritual life. It even features an opportunity to have a one-on-one counseling session with yours truly. So don't get left behind. Get beamed up to the orbit. All proceeds go to 222.9 The Mothership Mystic Internet Radio. Sign up for the 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio email list to stay in the exclusive loop of what's going on in the orbit. Ashe. In iiIyansaje Muse's Orbit. High-level spiritual wisdom. Fully flavored with no holds barred. And we're back. So, I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your 9 p.m. or 6 a.m. Mystic Forecast, depending on if you're watching this via video or listening over the Mothership's airwaves. At 12 a.m., we start out Thursday with some sacral chakra sleep meditation. This forecast is going to run again, and then we're going to get to the rising Bimbe, to Aganju, Dada, Shango, and the fire deities that rule Thursday right before we get in to your Thursday Divine Masculine Father's Groove. So, if you were born on October 26th, first and foremost, happy, blessed solar return. And may the ancestors, the Lodamare, and the Orisha bless you with many, many more, filled with Bobo Ire. And Bobo Ire just simply means many blessings. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to do a little bit of zodiac dry snitching on you. So if you were born on October 26th, your home is your castle. Oh, that sounds like me. And there are very few things outside of it that interest you. You are intellectual, conservative, and artistic. And you enjoy reading. You have considerable literary ability. That sounds like a writer, too. You have a magnetic personality, enjoy the admiration of your friends, and you have no real enemies, maybe just haters. So, if this is you, born October 26th, bless your solar return and maintain these positive qualities in balance. And those of us that are in the other 11 zodiac houses, make sure that you give all the zodiac house 8 residents, all them stingers, eagles and phoenixes, their love during their season. Because y'all know good and darn well that when your zodiac season rolls around, you are going to want the world to turn up with you. And you should. So why not plant that good seed of karma so you can get it back? Not to mention, showing the Scorpios in your life some love can help you learn more about the zodiac's house, Scorpio, and yourself. Because we all carry all those energies. We carry all 12 houses. It's just they all have their different places and our individual and unique designs. And if you should need some help understanding that, well, I'm a pretty hot pepper seasoned astrologer. I've been doing this for 9 years, 6 of it being Oya priestesshood. So I'm really good at helping you understand your cosmic birth certificate, aka your natal chart. And again, the links to schedule your video reading, your chat session, or your individualized Zodiac Scorpio season reading are all available on the pin site. So feel free to book your sessions. I'll be available until 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, so let's talk about these planets that are still in retrograde, because as long as they're in retrograde, the energies do still affect us. So if you are I almost said Scorpio. Nope, Pluto is out of retrograde and Mars will not be retrograding again until next year. This is Saturn here. Eshu and Babalu IA energy, trickster energy, karma energy, discipline energy, power, carnal balance, and all those groovy things in between. We went in on June 17th and we'll be coming out next week on November 4th in the House of Pisces. Reflect on the important life lessons. And don't just reflect on them, apply them, baby, so you ain't got to learn them again. Go to those deeper crossroads within and make some real decisions about who you are deep, deep inside. That way, your ego self and your spirit self work together because neither of them are dissatisfied. Get your priorities in check, spirit wise, ego wise, because both of them have priorities. Both of them have divine purpose. Both of them have a voice. It's your job to build the bridge in between. If you were born in the house of Capricorn or Aquarius, this retrograde will affect you more than the other 11 houses. All right, Neptune is in retrograde, and that's that Olokun Yemanja, dreamy, divine compassion, intuition, psychic ability planet that is ruling over our 12th house residence in Pisces. And this is a very strong retrograde because Neptune is retrograding in its own house. Pisces got a lot of tricky issue energy in there too, because all of the dates of this retrograde are multiples and dividends of 3. We went in on June 30th, June 3 by 2, 30th 3 by 10, and we're coming out on December 6th. That's 12, that's 3 by 4, and 6, 3 by 2 again. So issues are being a little tricky when it comes to our intuitive senses, our spiritual awakenings, so that we can be very clear on the difference between which voice is speaking in our minds. So, when you're dealing with Neptune retrograde energy, you want to be mindful of delusionism. You want to stay grounded so that you don't try to escape the thoughts in your mind because those thoughts are there for you to either adjust to them, drown them out, or process them. Okay? Avoid vices because substances tend to alter our spiritual beings, and they also open the gateway for other entities to enter. So, with this energy moving backwards, you really want to keep an eye on your vices and embrace all of your confusions from a spiritual standpoint, and don't avoid them and don't operate from them in your ego. Why? Because confusions come about to show you what you've outgrown so that you can hatch out of those old shells and spread your wings even wider to the next level of your spiritual being. Of course, if you were born in the house of Pisces, this retrograde will affect you more than it will the other houses. Ashe, Ashe. Okay, Jupiter is in retrograde, and that is Shango energy because Shango is the heat, heat expands, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion and good luck. And we all know Shango's the original Don Juan. All he loves are the fine things. And we went in on this retrograde on September 4th. We'll be coming out on December 3rd. And this retrograde comes to us in the lovely house of Taurus. So, when expansive energy goes into retrograde, that expansion becomes contraction, meaning Jupiter's retrograde is bringing in a lot of luck, a lot of love, a lot of abundance. Keep yourself in a positive energy. Forgive everything you need to forgive so that you can be open to receive what the universe has coming to you, especially when you have been planting positive seeds of karma without expecting anything back. But in order for that to happen, while you manifest in that, reassess your habits. Why? Because a higher level of living requires a higher level of you. So even with good things coming in, there's still some old things that still got to make their way out the back door of your being. And if you were born in the house of Pisces or Sagittarius, Jupiter's retrograde will affect you more than others. Ashe. Okay, so last but not least, Uranus. Ibashe Oya, the planet of intuition, shakeups, sudden changes, and intuition, that third eye action. Uranus, we got to get comfortable here, babies, because we are retrograding from August 28th, and we're not coming out until January 27th of next year. And like Neptune, this is a very strong retrograde because Uranus is retrograding in our own house, Aquarius, the house of knowing. So sometimes Oya stirs things up to make you act like you know, because we know things that we don't always act on. We know things that we don't always live by. So Oya is going to stir and shake things up during this time to make you challenge your belief systems, your outdated patterns, and make you live what it is you really believe. And in that, Oya's tornadoes do nothing but blow your ass straight into alignment. Ashe. If you were born in the house of Aquarius, this will affect you more than the other 11 houses. But that's what I love about being one of the cats, honey. We're ruled by the sun. And if the sun retrogrades, we're all screwed. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, And this is your nightly mystic forecast. And when I come back, we're going to talk about your autumn equinox I Ching reading. Ashe. Did you enjoy your astrology sip in the Malbec Planetarium? I hope so. Well, let's see how that energy expands when we take it inside for a deeper meaning with I Chings and Scarlet Serenes. That's www.poeticsincharletSRENES. I bet you won't meet me there tomorrow. Ashe. And we are back. So, those of you that are listening over the Mothership's airwaves, just take a listen to this. Those of you that are watching from my Instagram, you can visit me on my Thursdaily Facebook page to see this read. Those of you that are watching from YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, you're looking at my lovely I Ching coins and your autumn equinox 2 hexagrams, which is 2 mastery numbers, 33 and 44. Okay, so 33 is about retreating, 44 is about coupling. So here in 33 is symbolizing sitting on top of a mountain. And that means that many of you have climbed out of your own valleys over the years, and now you're sitting on top of the mountain, pondering your next move. While sitting on top of this mountain, you are protecting your energy from other people. While sitting on top of this mountain, you are resting, you are reflecting, you are taking some time within. If this is you, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's good to allow your enemies to think they have you defeated, because when it comes to winning wars, whether physical wars or spiritual wars, it isn't the brute and the brawn and the strength that wins the war. It is the person with the smartest strategy. So spending this time on top of the mountain allows you to reassess who you were, process your lessons, and allow yourself to strategize your next move. That's what this first 3 lines represents, the force of nature Jin, and that represents the mountain. So when you climb out of a valley, take some time to sit on top of the mountain and retreat to yourself. Allow yourself to bask in your own happiness, bask in your victories, process your defeats so that they won't happen again. And then taking it up to the second trigram, we have wind energy. So you're in a charged space right now, preparing to fully surrender to your divine flow. And in doing that, as you can see when you go over to the hexagram 44, it's nothing but straight lines all the way across. And this represents the force of nature Kian in the I Ching system, which represents full supernatural, full superhuman cosmic law. So many of you are beaming up to your spiritual ascension. But in doing that, first allow yourself to rest, then allow yourself to blow. To make it practical, stop all that overthinking. You did all of that when you came out of the valley and had to sit on top of the mountain. But in order to leave the mountain and avoid the valley, you must lean more to your divine guidance, more so than your own understanding. And in doing that, this is how you reach your highest God self, revealed in hexagram 44. This oracle also teaches that when the student is ready, the teacher shows up. So hexagram 44 also represents a person who will come into your life to lead you into your highest level. This may be a friend, this may be a romantic partner, but whoever this person is, whatever you do not try to control their energy. Do not try to bag them for yourself. Do not try to bolt them down to you. Allow them to come into your life and teach you what you're meant to learn. And if you are meant to be intimately involved with this person, it will happen naturally. And if it happens naturally, it is a direct effect of the spirit work you did in hexagrams 33. That means you are now a reflection of the supernatural essence that you were getting ready to meet as a result of your spirit work. Should you need a personal reading, by all means, utilize that pin site link that I put in the care package in this video's description box. And when I come back, we're going to go ahead on and wrap up this forecast because I got some serious mojo to keep cooked up on all of these other channels. So don't miss out. In the meantime, in between time, enjoy this poem that's from the new book and course session that I've created, Headdress First, an overview of the Ori. And why did I start with the Ori? Because the spirit of the consciousness is where it all begins. Ashe. Ori, the poetic incantation, written by yours truly. I painted this a crown lavender for you. Listen. Ori, Ori, voice of the god, voice of the goddess, that slice of Olodumare in you, in me, the spirit, and all living things, iiiYansaje, iponri. It must be open, open to receive, the first womb in us all to conceive. Downloads. Obedience results in divine tales to be told, and a sight to behold you become. But the ego suffers marriage casualties, so don't run. Surrender, and life gets fun. So come, the sun awaits to caress your pineal. It gets real when your vision shifts. Your soul will sing Aretha riffs. As your spiritual gifts get discovered, you'll love it. Ori. Ori. iiiYansaje, iponri, spirit of the consciousness where thoughts and experiences nest, rest, processed and harvest perception. The body, the spirit and soul's constant birth, death, and resurrection. Once erected, discern to protect it. Become more selective. Humility keeps it open, open to correction. And you're a constant painted brush of imperfect perfection. Ori, Ori, the first mind. How 8th and 9th chakras connect to third eyes. And like owls, you'll grow wise. And the pigeons may despise, 'cause it may make you look pompous. But actually it's your compass. Through labyrinths, turn new neural pathways that irrigate your own ways. Oh, genius. Live and love the god and goddess embodiment and mean it. Ori. Ori. That light switched on from within, see. Those who seek union with their spiritual double tend to steer around troubles more fluently. Instinct creates distinction between intelligence and imbalanced thinking, and more easily visible are tricksters that come with booty shaking and eyes winking. Choices and actions switch the tonics you're drinking, and you're tasting the sweetness of molasses divine living. And you just shivered if this resonates. So birth the seeds that all your divine mind incubates. Shift the math. Shift the math, shift the math, then recalculate a new totality. Ori oni re, that higher reality. Ori, Ori, Olodumare in you and in me. Assisted by the Orishas, speaking through mounted street preachers, forces of our natures, then life becomes a teacher, with blessings in tow for those who keep reaching, to beseech the highest you, the highest me. Raise the vibration and the world beams up collectively, so let's just be aligned with Impori, Iponri, Ori, Ori, the lock and the key. iiiYansaje Muse, moon waxing in Scorpio. Ashe. From Headdress First, an overview and workbook for your Ori. The Art of Spirituality, Volume 1, written and produced by iiiYansaje T. Muse. Available now. See the link in my profile. Oh, And beam up to 222.9 The Mothership on Sundays at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time to hear excerpts of this book infused with contemporary gospel and a smooth jazz groove, all in veneration to the King of the Orisha, Obatala. Ashe. And that concludes our nightly forecast, or 6 a.m. forecast if you're listening in the a.m. And I gotta run because honey mama's got some serious mojo to cook up. So make sure you keep up with that pin site link because that's the one link where I'm gonna be loading everything. So whether you're listening at the 6 or at the 9, remember, the sky is big enough for us all to be stars. If you're listening at the 9 o'clock hour, and another call came through. Sorry about that. If you are listening at the 9 o'clock hour, then stay tuned for my Wednesday nightly vision. Hold on, Mambo, of what love looks like. And I'm going to end this hour out with California Dreamin'. If you are listening at the 6 o'clock hour, then stay tuned to the Rising Bimbe to the Orisha Sango. Either way, in the words of George Clinton, free your mind and your ass will follow. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this has been your nightly or 6 a.m. Mystic Forecast on Radio for the Road Less Traveled, 222.9 The Mothership. Beam up. Okay. Yes. Every day is special. Why not find out mystically how? This is the forecast on your Mystic Music Haven on the airwaves, 222.9 The Mothership. Beam up.